It's hard because any film that I find I've made always somehow gets pulled apart online before it's seen. And so people have all kinds of expectations or not, or they feel there's a failure in some department or one way or another.
If you're in conflict and you feel this is your property, no one should with your anime or your manga, I'm like, dude, you own it more than that I own it?
You may or may not be aware that on our channel sometimes we do this playlist called Niki and Sammy at the Movies, where we interview movie stars about movies. And we got invited by Paramount to interview the cast of Ghost in the Shell. And Ghost in the Shell is a live-action adaptation of a manga/anime for Ghost in the Shell, which is a really successful franchise in Japan. It's like probably one of the most world-renowned anime and manga. Accepted the interviews, were like, yes, we're going to do this. I think we can put the cards on the table for you guys. Pilou, Asbaæk, and I always pronounce his name wrong. You'll recognise him probably from Game of Thrones. I think what he said was interesting, and I'll let you make up your own mind. The film was stunning. The visuals were just incredible. The geishas were kind of scary though.
Yeah, I know.
Unsettling.
They are unsettling.
Yeah.
I know when they crawl back into the.
face?
I know, I don't like that part.
It was like something out of The Grudge.
Oh my god, it was.
Yeah.
That's why it's so creepy, because I was like, God, that movement is just awful.
I've seen this before.
I didn't like it at all. I think if we had just taken the film, I mean, the film stands alone on its own, so as such a beautiful work. It's so haunting and poetic and visually stunning and so well directed. You know, if we tried to replace it, I think it would be, you know, it would leave people dissatisfied because it could never compare to the original.
What would you say to people that maybe were sitting on the fence about seeing the film if they were already fans of the previous anime?
It's hard because any film that I find I've made always somehow gets pulled apart online before it's seen. You know, this film I think is best viewed in a you have to see it in a theater. It's so beautiful visually, and I think it's a really, like, it's a thrill.
A film with a female lead, and that's obviously quite an important thing in Hollywood. The opportunity doesn't always arise. Is that important for you?
In this particular genre, you know, it's rare to have for a female lead to have the opportunity to do something like this. So it was daunting, but also really hard to say no.
It's definitely a step in the right direction for Hollywood as well.
Yeah, I think it's a cool, you know, this also to see a genre film like this that's character driven is rare.
Yeah.
So you feel like, okay, I'm not just throwing on my super suit and, you know, saving the day or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certainly a place for that too, but it's a very deep film that asks some really profound questions.
You look like a big manga fan.
Really? Thank you. Well, I don't know what to make of that.
No, but that's
Thanks.
good. Yeah, well, you know when you're giving a compliment, but you're actually just saying, yeah, you look like a...
For a franchise like this, there are dedicated fans, and there's been some intense conversation about, you know, the film itself.
Yeah.
What would you say to fans that are sitting on the fence about seeing it, whether they want to see it or not?
You know what? You're never going to be able to satisfy the whole world. If you're in conflict and you feel you own, this is your property, no one should with your anime or your manga. I'm like, dude, you own it more than that I own it? Do you get what I'm saying? Then why is it more yours than mine? Why I'm not allowed to do an interpretation? You know, Hamlet has been interpreted thousands of times. But I get it. This is a beautiful manga. It's an incredible anime. There's many people read Shiro's manga. Maybe. It's a masterpiece. Maybe, if we're lucky, we will show this to a new generation who wasn't aware of the anime and the manga. Maybe this much people will go in and see our live-action version. And if just one of them who weren't aware, just say 1 or 2 or 3 of these big audience wasn't aware of the anime and the manga, but they're going to go back and buy it, then it's awesome, man. Then we've done our job.
We really want to hear what you have to say, so please get involved in the comments. Enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe if you liked this, and press like. Bye. Bye.